25 years ago, we would be standing on an active rail line. That's right, a rail line that once supported General Motors and the Windsor Assembly Chrysler plant. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode ever of Abandoned Lines. I'm your host, Racing in the Blood and Rails, and we are walking 25 years ago. A rail line used to run right where I'm walking right now, next to this old General Motors plant. Only half of it remains. Today we're on scene to see, can we find anything that showed that a rail line ran through this place? This track used to run straight. You could see way down there, they built a warehouse right over where the rail used to go and connect into the Essex Terminal rail line. If you cross that road on Seminole, you could see marks that are still in the road where the track once went. But for now, you wouldn't even know that a train used to come down here. Canadian National used to come down here. Essex Terminal Railway used to come down here. Canadian National used to be on the other side where you could see these trees straight ahead in front of me. Never used to be there. Canadian National used to run, if you Windsorites watching this video, used to run, if you go across the Tecumseh Road, there'd be that hump in the road. And then the fence, and then the Chrysler plant. On the other side of that fence, the tracks are still there. I once witnessed back in the 1998, a GP9 with a slug, bringing in auto racks full of cars, minivans, in and out. There once used to be two sets of rails here. Two. The main line and a siding to my left where these trees are now at. Will we ever be able to find any life or any proof that a train once existed and ran through here? Or was this just an alley? But guess what, folks? You know, Racing in the Blood and Rails doesn't disappoint. The only living proof left that a train once ran through here are these rails right here. These tracks once used to come all the way out here, guys, into a switch track. This is where Essex Terminal Railway once brought boxcars into the General Motors plant. These rails have been here for years and years. The last time this track saw a train was probably 2000. On the other side of the plant where it once used to be, they hauled out gondolas, scrap cars. We'll get back to those rails in a second, guys. But I want to show you, we're going to continue adventuring up where the track used to go and see if there's any rocks, any rails, any plates, any ties. You could see how big it once was. They might even have had 3 rails down here. 1 for the main line, 2 for storing cars. It's absolutely amazing over the years how there's nothing left. You can kind of see the ground here, guys. It kind of has the old tie marks in it somewhere here and there. Not much though. There's literally no rocks, nothing. And then there's a fence up here. So where this fence is up here, that's where people bought part of the rail line. Like at the corner by the plant is a dealership, and they literally bought the property. Going halfway, you see the building? See that building right there, guys? The tracks used to literally go right next to that building into the Chrysler's plant. Literally, there's a rabbit. Wow, I'm blown away, guys. I thought literally maybe we would like, I don't know where all this dirt. So you're wondering, well, how did a rail line come through here with all this dirt? Well, I'll tell you. When this rail line ran through here, these buildings weren't here. So by them making these parking lots, these buildings, they threw all that dirt excess dirt up here. Again, guys, I literally witnessed the train back in the 98 going across down this thing. So this track used to run right here, the main line right here. Look how close it would have been to this tree. Right here. And then any sidings, there probably would have been a switch track right here, guys, to store the box cars from there. And then the auto racks would have been up here. We're gonna run up here real quick, guys. Thank you guys so much. Again, Abandoned Lines episode 3 will be the Queso line. But this was once a former rail line of Canadian National and Essex Terminal Railway. And this is what happens when a line goes abandoned inside a city and how development takes over. You can see the homeless, some homeless person's been living here. But you're wondering, we're gonna zoom in. You see those fences at parking lot? They bought the property to extend. They literally had to buy it off of Canadian National to extend their property. The dealership, that building, the trailer you see there, these tracks used to run straight where I'm standing, straight to the fence, straight through the dealership, across the road, into the Chrysler plant, where they used to rearrange the auto racks. And in the Chrysler plant, those rails are still there. Those tracks are actually still there. Again, guys, you can see someone's living here. Someone's been living here. Homeless. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, folks. It's Racing the Blood and Rails. This is Abandoned Lines, episode 2. The Forgotten Line. How development takes over. Some graffiti. But you could see that when literally as soon as this line went abandoned, development took over right away. So right where those trees were planted, that track used to run right into those trees. Just a bit of them used to run right in those trees. Beautiful day so far today, guys. I was out this morning, caught an F40. The Essex Terminal Railway was not working today. But we're gonna head back to those rails, guys. So again, Essex Terminal Railway used to share the line with Canadian National. Essex Terminal came from straight where I am, where that building way down there was built. Right on the track where they used to connect right to the Essex Terminal line. There used to be a switch track right here. And now we're switching in to the only remains left and signs that a rail line once ran through here. And we're gonna explore it now. Again, guys, the box cars would have came on these tracks right here. It would have came on these tracks, headed right in along these lines, and then that bay door used to offload them. Probably could have put at least, I'm gonna say 6 or 7 box cars into that plant. But this is the only signs left that a rail line once ran through that area. Look at that, and then it stopped right here, and then they built a ramp for the trucks. But look at that. These tracks are extremely old, guys. Years and years of dirt and grime. Crazy. The only thing we have been able to find that supported a rail line once existed down here. And then this way, guys, you can see it's just grass again. Then they put on these huge pieces of concrete on where the tracks used to run, more barriers. And then literally where that building is, straight down there again, guys, if you go over that road, you can see the cracks where the track used to go through. It's crazy. But we have not been able to find any signs anywhere along the grass where any tracks used to be, other than that last section of rail. Again, this track went abandoned in about 2000. And 25 years later, you see what is left of a line that used to be play a vital role in not one, but two huge factories. There's a couple other spots, guys, I'm gonna do videos on where they're partial tracks. City spent a lot of money on it, all for just to be used for 7 months. And now it's been concreted over, and there you have it, guys. Tracks, the rails used to run right across this parking lot there, straight ahead. And like I said, the only sign left here are those tracks. To me, it looks like they brought in a lot of dirt. So when they took out the stone that used to be here for the train, they brought in a lot of dirt. They planted all these trees here. I'm pretty sure where these trees are is where the track used to run. It's almost like they're imitating where the rail line used to go. And then this extra space again, guys, was probably sidings to store the boxcars and auto racks. But I'm pretty sure where all these trees are running is where that main line was going. Now General Motors closed down in 2010, 11. Half of it was torn down in between 2014 to 2016. I was a part of that crew, and they kept half of it, and now U-Haul has taken over. But guys, I can't believe that this is it. 25 years later, this is all that's left of the once forgotten vital rail line that used to help out and save General Motors and Chrysler's. Look how deep it goes down in there, guys. Almost under the rail here. Look at that. Train hasn't ran on this in 25 years, guys. And again, I think it came out to the switch track, and that was it. They would go into that bay door there before that ramp. That bay door with the box cars hauling parts for the transmissions that they used to build here. But there you have it, folks. Abandoned Lines. Episode 2. Like, share, subscribe. I'm your host, Racing the Blood and Rails. We're at the end of we're at where the switch track is. And we're out. Until next time, have a good one.